Okay, I'd like to welcome you to Criminal Justice Ethics, also known as Philosophy 6600. It's Section 1, it's the only section of the course that's being taught. And that number that you see right up here next to Philosophy 6600 is the CUNY first numbers. That's the number that it's associated with this section of the course in CUNY first. Don't bother remembering that number unless you really need it for something that you have to type it, and then you can just look it up on CUNY first. Let me welcome many of you to Kingsborough for the first time. This is not our ideal way of welcoming you to the school. We have a beautiful campus, but for the most part, we are online again this semester. However, nonetheless, we're glad to have you, and we're hoping that you have a very pleasant experience and a very fruitful experience here at Kingsborough. And my name is Richard Legum. I'm an assistant professor of philosophy, and I'm going to be the professor in this course. One thing you should do if you're new to Kingsborough, and you now see this in the background, the Kingsborough website, make sure you familiarize yourself with the stuff on the website. And in fact, there's this little menu item, current students. If you click on it, you will probably find all kinds of information that will help you go through this. And don't wait for somebody to ask you to do it. It's a good idea for you to familiarize yourself with the school, with the stuff that you need to be successful here at Kingsborough. We have a staff that's very helpful. The faculty tries to be very helpful, but there's only one person who makes or breaks your education for you at this point, and that is you, because this is the one time up till now in life you were kind of forced to go to school. Now everybody's here because they want to go to school and they want to improve themselves, and that's what we're here to do. We're here to help you out. Okay, now that other thing was in something called Blackboard. And Blackboard is a content management system. I actually have a video later on that you'll be watching to explain how this all works and where you find things for our course on Blackboard. But for now, I just wanted to give you an idea that's going to be very important. And now that I'm welcoming you to class, what I'm welcoming you to do is get into Blackboard. And if you're not sure how to get into Blackboard, you've been on the CUNY portal, cuny.edu at some point. By the way, if I'm going too fast for you, you can listen to this and you can stop the YouTube and back up and listen to it again. So I'm going a little fast. Listen to it again. Okay, now notice log in, and you might have selected CUNY first before. Right now, you should click Blackboard, and it's going to ask you for your username and password, which is the same username and password you used for getting into CUNY first to enroll in the course in the first place. And you've all enrolled in the course, I hope by yourself, so you can figure out. And that will take you into criminal justice ethics. This is the home page for our course. And over here, you will see there'll be the welcome message under my announcements. And when you're finally able to see this, it's going to look a little bit different than it looks today. If you just click on that welcome message, it's going to click on a link, and it's going to take you right into the first week's stuff. If you're wondering where that is, we're at the home page, announcements, course information, course content. And if we go over there, we're going to see week 1 is in there. By the way, you'll see every week we'll have and I'm not talking necessarily about calendar weeks, but I'm talking about academic weeks when you're supposed to finish various stuff. And that's the way the course is going to be organized, but I'm going to say a lot more about that later on. I'm just doing this to welcome you to class, to encourage you. Now, it is now the 10th of September, Thursday, September 10th at 5:35 p.m. I am encouraging you to log on now and take a look at Blackboard so you familiarize yourself, because here's the calendar I just popped up. There's the 11th, tomorrow Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday is the first day of the semester, and that's the day the course will start. This course is being offered, let me go back to the home page. It is a fully online course. That is, we will have no meetings at the college or on the college campus because of COVID-19 this semester. other semesters I just teach online courses, and in those we won't have we don't have online we don't have sorry in-person meetings. However, I should mention that there are two different kinds of online courses. One set of online courses, many of you might be familiar, one type of online course, many of you are probably familiar with, whether you did it in high school before, of course, you're fresh out of high school, or you've been at Kingsborough before at another school, you've done these things what we call synchronously. That is, the professor might have gotten on or the teacher might have gotten on with you over Zoom and taught you things. I know my wife is a high school teacher. That's the way she conducted her class, the second half of last year, or it's starting March on. So you're familiar. That's what we call synchronous. The reason it's synchronous is the communication is synchronized, right? The teacher talks to you and you can talk back and the teacher can respond. This course is being taught asynchronously. The information, when you're going to hear me, if I'm conveying information to you, I'm going to do it through videos and podcasts that will be posted. And then the way the communication is going to work is I'm going to give you exercises. Some of them are things called discussion boards. If you've done a course on Blackboard before at Kingsborough or elsewhere, you're going to know what a discussion board is. Don't get worried if you don't, because I'm going to explain how it all works. But basically, I'm going to ask you to answer certain questions. Oftentimes, if I was in class, if we were having this meeting in class, I would ask you some sort of questions, and we'd get a dialogue going about the subject. We're going to do that using different media, and it's going to be done asynchronously, which I will explain. But what I'd like you to do now is I'd like you, before Monday, to get on to Blackboard and take a look at the course in Blackboard. And I should mention, you're not going to pop right into the course from Blackboard. You'll end up at the home page, which probably looks like something like this, and you'll see something that says My Courses. But in any event, get into Blackboard, and I'm going to go to the course in Blackboard. Hit the welcome message, which will be right down here, and there'll be a link that'll take you right into the work that you need to start. The data will be available before Monday, but on Monday, I hope to have the whole week's work posted for you. And what I'm going to try to do is even give you the second week's work during the course of that week. I'm going to try to keep at least an additional week's work running so that you can try to get ahead of yourself, because, by the way, one of the best ways to be successful is to get on the work and do it early. Don't wait till the last minute. That is not a key to success. But I'm looking forward to meeting you. In fact, what I'm going to do next week is I'm going to schedule some Zoom sessions just for a Meet the Professor session, just so I can meet you. I can see what you guys look like if you're not too embarrassed to show me. Look, I'm not too embarrassed to show you what I look like. So believe me, you're all in better shape than I am. I'm looking forward to seeing some of you in person. You can post pictures if you can't make it. And I will set up a bunch of sessions just for your information. All of the courses that I'm teaching are different sections and different ethics courses, and the first couple of weeks are the same for these courses. So I'm going to leave it open which course. That is, I'm going to have several sessions where members from all of my courses can come in. Well, it's nice having you in the class, and I'm going to sign off now and let you try to get onto the course, and we will see you later. Take care. If I don't talk to you, which I won't, have a nice weekend.